Oh man. All right, let's see what you got. What you got? Ride, no ride. Gym, no gym. Stairs, no stairs. Well, hopefully there's snow on the ground. That way I ain't got to ride today. But I have to ride today. I don't want to ride today. I'm gonna ride today. Now let me get my shit together. Stop talking all this mess. Shoes, shorts, socks, jersey, jacket, bandana, watch, water bottle. That's about it. Oh man, what a wonderful day it is. Nice and cool out. Oh, so nice. So let me tell you guys a little story. When I was little, I had this little green bike and these rubber tires that were just hard rubber. There wasn't any air in it. And I used to ride that bike everywhere. Every place I went with my little friends at 6 or 7 years old, I rode that bike. And as I moved to the US, my parents upgraded me a little bit. Then I had a Huffy. The bike that actually changed my life was when I moved to Vegas. Then I had a mountain bike, which I still have today. Georgina is my mountain bike, and there's a story behind that name. But anyway, that bike carried me a lot of stressful times when I was working in that beautiful restaurant you guys seen in Fear. Very frustrated time in my life in that restaurant, a lot of stress. So that bike, I rode that bike to death. But anyway, I still have that bike today. The bike that changed my life was a Cannondale, I think it was an R300, and it was called a Sunrise, I think, or Sunset, something like that. And it was yellow and it fades into orange, like a tangerine orange. And when I seen that bike, I knew that was it. I walked straight into the store. I saw it through the window, and the guy just walked me to it. He said, "Go take it for a spin." I rode around the block, came back, and that was it. The rest is history. Most people don't like Mondays. You know, they don't want their Sundays to end. Mondays is always a drag. But for me, I love Mondays. I love Mondays because slackers slack on Mondays. Mondays to me is like going uphill. Anyone that sees the hill, they start complaining. They get a little down and out. They start pouting. And I get happy on my uphill. I love the uphill because I know on the other side of that hill, there's a sweet downhill that you got to earn. And that's the same thing with my work schedule. I know that after I knock out Monday, everything's all downhill from there. People always ask me, you know, what drives you? How do you stay focused? How do you stay motivated? I'm not really sure how to answer that question. I think it's a mindset. I think it's a lifestyle. And I think a lot of people, for me, I like staying in my lane. I do something really good. And whether someone's watching me or not, I still do the same thing. And I think that falls into your character category. A lot of times people give their 110 when someone's around them or their supervisor or what have you. And when they're not being supervised, everything's half-assed. And I realize that even as an owner, as a supervisor, I can tell when someone's giving me 110 whether I'm there or not. And that's what separates people from moving up the ladder or getting that promotion or getting that set of keys, is what you do when nobody's watching, when nobody's around, when you're all by yourself. What do you do to make it happen? That's the question. Do you need someone to be there to hold your hand? Do you need someone there to push you? Do you need someone there to give you a cup of coffee every day? Or can you do it by yourself? The one thing I always tell people is that what you do outside of work what you do outside of work determines what you do at work. When you're riding a bike, there's a lot of elements you got to think about. You got to think about the road conditions. You got to think about, your health, your heart rate, everything that's going on around you, the mechanics of the bike. And that's the same thing at work. They go hand in hand. So I got a few questions for you. What's stopping you from doing what you got to do? I mean, do you have a team around you that can help you get what you got to get done? Do you need to build a team around you to get things done? Have you built a team in the past and they just haven't accomplished what you need to get done? Are you ready for a team? You know, we're talking about teamwork and all this stuff, but if you're not ready for a team, you can't tell them or advise them on what you need done. So I got some homework for you guys to do this weekend. I want you to make a list of everyone on your team. Once you have everyone on your team, you determine what their job description is. So every person should have their own job description. Once that's done, I want you to write down where you are as a person, as a startup, as a business, whatever it may be, whatever situation you're in right now. Write it down with this weekend's date. And then eventually I want you to write a timeline, a month from now, 2 months from now, eventually where you want to be with your team. And by giving everyone a job description and letting them know what needs to be done, let's see if we can accomplish that a month from now, 2 months from now, next quarter, whatever that may be. Enjoy that downhill.